Oh, good. How you doing?
4 days. I'm going to the lake.
It's currently the day after Boxing Day. We've been in Cornwall for the past week or so, and it has been so nice just to be in a complete change of scenery and just switch off completely for a couple of days. I haven't really switched off like this in what feels like forever. And that is Slack going off. I'm going to mute that quickly. This year has been completely crazy, and especially the last few months. We've hired our first 2 new team members, moved into our first office space, signed some of our biggest and most exciting brand partnerships happening in the new year, and also started planning for the exciting restructure which is finally taking place. And all whilst, training for the ultra marathon, doing big challenges with friends, and trying to maintain some sort of a social life. I know that going forward it's only going to get harder and it's only going to get more challenging. And I just know I'd kick myself if I didn't start documenting like this, raw, talking to camera, and sharing the snippets behind the scenes of what actually happens day to day. So with that being said, we've got a busy couple of weeks ahead, starting with today, back into work after the Christmas break. We're setting up 7 new brand partnerships, which we have starting in a couple of weeks' time. About to hop on a call in a minute with Lucy from our team just to check in on some projects on her side. And in a couple of days, I'm heading out to Paris with a few of the boys for New Year's Eve, very last minute spontaneous trip, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then I'm flying straight to Barcelona on my own for a couple of days. I really love getting away on my own. Sounds a bit weird, but I think it's such a great way, especially to start the year, just training, working, getting creative, getting in my own head, and just getting some focused work done. Probably going to spend most of the time at Soho House, but really looking forward to getting away for a couple of days on my own and just getting my head down for the new year. All right, what's up? We got back from Cornwall late last night and leaving for Paris, I think around 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Got a lot to get done today. Just been to the gym, did a run and some strength work. Now gonna head to Soho House just to smash out the rest of these new brand onboardings and then have a couple of days off over New Year and then back into it when we get to Barcelona. Still got a lot to get done before we get back into office on the 6th of Jan. So just gonna get my head down. It's gonna be a boring day, but one of those days got to be done. And that should set us up before we head up to Barcelona in a couple of days. So I shall see you in Paris. Adam?
Yeah, that's right. How you doing?
Good, how are you? Maybe. Oui, bonjour, welcome to Paris! Stu took us through one of his killer chest sessions, walked through Soho House. So I'm just trying to fit through the door. Always lovely getting to a new country, either hitting a run or a gym session. But I tell you, Paris is bloody freezing. Get some food now, get a few beers off maybe, a few brewskis, Chardonnayskis, and then Leon and Oren are driving up from the Alps, so they'll be here in about half an hour. So we shall welcome them with the golden nectar. Probably do a little run tomorrow morning and just enjoy some days off here in Paris. Ho 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 ho! Merci beaucoup!
First and last one.
About to head out on a little run. Day 100, running the entire length of Paris. Paris is busy and cold. That's pretty sick. Pretty wicked.
Easy.
Right, halfway. Vámonos. Chicos. You know, Alright, what's up? Just got to Barcelona, it's just gone midday, so we had an early flight from Paris this morning. Just checked into the hotel and then gonna head over to Soho House to get a quick gym session in and then get in some work. Barcelona, Paris was absolutely wicked, but a very, very full-on couple of days. Nice to really switch off. And actually, I really didn't switch off properly in Cornwall, even though it was a lovely week, very relaxing. I was still working, still thinking about work quite a lot. So very nice to go to Paris and just completely switch off and just be with the boys, have a good time over New Year's, but now very ready to get back into the swing of things, get back into routine. So these next couple of days, just gonna be head down, working, training, eating good food, dry January again from now, and just get back into motion. We've got a very busy week next week, so still got things to tie up before then. New people joining the team, new brand starting, so busy couple of weeks coming up. Yeah, like I said, just really excited to be here for a couple of days on my own and get back into the swing of things. As I just said that, it actually just got me thinking. I haven't really done the whole 2025 reflection, big goal setting thing that everyone talks about on social media and does this time of the year, and actually it's something that I normally do. Going into this year, it's just very much a case of continuing doing what we're doing, staying really focused, really zoned in on one clear thing, the mission that we're on and what we're doing at the hub, and from my personal life, personal perspective, the training, the challenges, being around good people. So I don't really want to change much going into 2025, and I think that's got me looking back actually on where I was this time last year, and as I talk about just then about plans we have coming next week, new brands, new people joining the team and so on, it made me just look back for a second and think this time last year I was in Cape Town doing a bit of freelance work, and now here we are today in a completely different position. I think that's just a result of not overthinking what I'm doing. I left Gymshark not having any idea what I was going to do, but I just left and I forced myself into a position to go and make something work because I knew deep down that I was always going to run my own business, and I didn't know what it was at that point, and it's evolved into what it is today because of that, and we are where we are today because of that. That just highlights the importance of, again, I said this before and I say it again, how cliche this is, but just starting and just figuring it out. It doesn't have to be the big thing from the offset. You can start something and it will evolve naturally into what it's meant to be. So if your big goal this year is to go and start a business, then don't overcomplicate it for yourself. It's a very big, daunting undertaking if you do that. Whereas if you just start small, that will allow you to, one, go in a new direction when you want to change, because you will in the first 12 months, and it will make it easier to just get going, get the ball rolling. I think it's so important to look at, I guess, anything, right? Like starting a business, training for a big challenge, it's like a snowball effect. You can't expect to have the big thing straight away. Whereas the snowball effect, rolling down a hill, it builds over time, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and over time you're left with this blinking giant snow boulder, and you think, where the hell has that come from? And it's because you just started and you made that first push with that small little thing you were doing. Bit of a weird analogy, but I like to think of it like that. So yeah, who knows what this year's going to hold. I'm excited, but like I said, I'm just carrying on doing what we're doing. I'm not overthinking it. I'm just going to carry on and keep chipping away and just showing up every single day. When it's tough, when I'm not motivated, when I'm not enjoying it, just continue to show up, because that's when it really makes a difference. Those are the days where you get through and you look back and think, shit, we actually got through that, and we are in a better position today because of that. So that's a little, I'm not going to call that wisdom, but whatever that is, a little bit of something for you on this Thursday morning on the 5th of January 2025. So yeah, gonna head over to Soho House now, get a session in because I'm tired, I need to wake up, and then get some food and get into work. Peace. Alright, just got back to the hotel. It's just gone 6ish. Had a nice few hours work and a very basic gym session. I always struggle with training, or lifting especially on days that I travel or fly. Even if it's like an hour flight, just the change in time waking up in the morning, changing in eating cycle really affects me. So that was very much one of those sessions where you just show up and get something done, but good session nevertheless. And then got some good work done for a couple of hours, just really getting my ducks in a row and aligning on some things heading into next week. So going to be a very similar day tomorrow. Going to try and get up relatively early. I do want to sleep, but get up relatively early and catch a sunrise run along the beach. Maybe a sunrise swim as well, if time allows it. I'm absolutely loving Barcelona already. I'm just seeing other people in their 20s, 30s, building businesses, all young professionals. Just a really, really cool vibe here. People seem really nice, the weather's brilliant. We're sat on the roof doing some work and the sun was going down, and it's the 2nd of January and I was in a hoodie. Just makes you question why you live in London, but got to be in London for a couple of years, that's for sure. But I definitely want to start spending some more time out here and maybe somewhere else. Maybe starting by just doing some weekends, maybe once a month, coming out here, just doing exactly what I'm doing now, coming out on my own, getting some good work done, good training done, and just focusing. But being in a new environment and being in the sun. I've lived abroad for longer periods of time in the past, Bali, etc., and probably the best thing you can do. But right now we're very dependent on being in London, especially with building the team now and offices, doing lots more events in the summer months coming up. But I think it's a good investment for myself, getting myself out of London into these better environments. I think these sort of hotspots in Europe now popping up, which are one, full of young entrepreneurs, and two, such a healthier social environment than London, especially in the winter and the summer months. London culture, as we know, is all centered around drinking, which is changing a lot now, which is incredible. But I think London is still so far behind these European cities. So I want to be putting myself in these positions as much as I can while still being based in London, because that's where I need to be for work. So it's about 6 o'clock now. I'm gonna head out and get some food and then do a couple more hours work, and then try to call it an early night if I can. So we shall see you tomorrow for a little run. Was up a bit later last night than I would have liked to, getting some work done. So getting out a bit later this morning. Gonna try and do 10k with a few kilometre efforts in there. I haven't really pushed my running since getting back from the ultra. I've been very much just doing zone 2 slow running still, with the occasional sort of 1 kilometre effort in a slow run, just to see how I feel. But going to try and get a faster session in this morning and just see how the legs hold up. My IT band is still causing me issues, but we shall see how we get on. So going to get that run done, be back here in about an hour or so, and then get showered, get some coffee in and get some food, and then back to business as usual. Just come to the roof to get some fresh air. Been inside since I last spoke to this little camera. Just been one of those days working locked in on the laptop. Spent today really focusing on my new position in the business, stepping away from day-to-day project management. It goes hand in hand with bringing on new team members, which is, as I go from being a solopreneur or whatever we want to call it, to running a team and trying to build and scale the business, over the past 6 months, I've really been focusing on systemizing and building processes around everything that we do, so that now we're bringing on team members, I can teach them those processes and they can then go on and run them. And then my position comes to how can I then improve their efficiency as much as possible, one, and continue to optimize and elevate our performance through that, so that ultimately all my focus is on increasing output performance for the brands that we work with, the brands that join the hub. So that is, for the next 6 months, going to continue to be my biggest focus. It's a new challenge, it's a new undertaking, but something I've been slowly working on over the last 6 months, and now it's finally coming into fruition. But yeah, really, really excited. Not sure if any of that made sense. My brain's pretty frazzled right now, but that's a bit of insight into what's going on today and this weekend. Yeah, a bit of insight into the next 6 months as I look to reposition my focus in the business and role in the business, and where that's hopefully going to take us.
Oh, life will be just you believe in you. Oh, life will be just you believe in you.
Back in London now, just got done in the gym with the boys. It's currently 11 a.m. Sunday morning. Matt is coming over to talk about this new project which we've been working on, which I'll start sharing more about over the coming months on here especially. Good to be back in London, been a great week or so, but now nice to be back in routine properly and just get my head down now over the next few weeks. These videos are definitely going to be a learning curve for me and get better and better as the videos go on. So I appreciate you guys watching, I appreciate you guys coming along on the journey, and we'll see where this takes us.